Dating, gentlemen, is sales. Yes, it's me, Troy. I'm in a cafeteria in central London recording this wonderful video for you because you guys, you need to know this, alright? And I know that you need to know this because I work with dudes on a weekly basis from all over the world, and they contact me and they talk to me about the different issues that they have in terms of dating and their relationships and things like that. And this is what happens all too often. What happens is the guy will come and they'll say, okay, so look, I've got there's this girl, I'm texting her, I was messaging her backwards and forwards a couple of times, and she hasn't responded to this text. What do you think the problem is here? It'll be something like, I met this girl. It was like my friend's wedding, and we had a really good conversation. I felt like we were really getting on well, and then she added me on Instagram, and then I sent her a message, and she hasn't come back yet. So what do you think I should do? How can I turn this situation around? And 9 times out of 10, the truth of the matter is I don't know. I don't know why she hasn't answered. I don't know why she's not responding. It could be fucking anything. It could be any number of reasons. She might already be seeing somebody. She might have died of some coronavirus or some kind of infectious disease, or maybe she's just not interested. I can't say from a brief text conversation precisely why somebody may or may not be interested. It's just not possible. I can't see inside her head. But I'll tell you this: the important thing is that you haven't got enough leads. The important thing is that you don't have enough new contacts coming into your ecosystem in order to make this work, right? Because, as I say, dating is like sales, particularly in the early part of it. Now, that sounds very crude. It sounds very sort of overly commercialized and cynical and everything. But look, everyone is doing this. Girls are doing this as well. If you are out and about and you want to meet somebody, even if you want to meet somebody for a long-term relationship or whatever, you've got to play the numbers. You've got to play the numbers. It's just a simple fact. It's just a simple fact. Like a business should not rely on just one client. If you're a business and you're relying on just one client, then you're on very shaky ground, because if that client goes bust or if that client decides to use someone else, then you're screwed. So don't do it. You need to have different sources of income coming into your ecosystem. In this case, you need to be getting new contacts coming through the whole time if you want to get up and running with dating. And like I say, whether this is to engender a serious relationship or whether you just want to play the field for a while, you need to be constantly making approaches, making connections with new people, bringing them into your smartphone. Effectively, your smartphone becomes your little black book. You want to be bringing as many people into this as you can, and then you follow up with them, and then some of them are going to come out on a date and it's going to go well. Others are going to come out on a date and it's not going to go well, and you're not going to see them again, and that's fine, because the more that you're keeping this process rolling, you're bringing more and more new people in. You're going to get wins, you're going to get successes, you're going to get ones where the chemistry is right, where you guys do get on, where it is an amazing, Disney-like kind of scene where you're both sucking the spaghetti like in the, what's it called, Beauty and the Tramp, and it's going to be amazing. You are going to get those successes, but you're not going to get it if you're just relying on the off chance of whether one individual happens to like you or not, whether one individual who you maybe met once or twice thinks you're cute, or whether they happen to be dating somebody else on the side, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to treat this like a sales operation, and what that means is you need to be out there pitching, that is selling your wares the whole time, when you are active in the dating marketplace. There is no other way to do it, guys. And guys, they hear about, say, the technique of cold approach, which is going and talking to people that you've never met before, having a flirtatious conversation, taking their phone number or their Instagram or whatever. They hear about this and they think, wow, that sounds good. And they think, and then they'll go and I'll say to them, okay, so to go out this week and go and speak to 10 new girls, make notes on what happens, and then we'll discuss it and we'll iron out sticking points and so on. And they'll come back and they'll say, yeah, well, I kind of talked to 2. There was one I saw in the coffee shop, and then some other girl kind of asked me for directions, and I was having a bit of a chat with her. I'm like, man, it's not enough. It's not enough. You know, you need to have some data for a start for us to work on, and secondly, you need to have more and more opportunities coming into your network, because otherwise, man, you're just not working hard enough. I mean, John from Modern Life Dating the other day was saying that he says to clients when they go to a club, they've got to approach a minimum of 35 girls, which is going it some, let's be honest. But look, you need to have that attitude. You need to have that attitude. I'm an entrepreneur in the dating marketplace, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to build this thing for myself. And what that means is I'm going to go and source customers for myself. That is the people that you want to get intimate with. You know, you've got to go out there, you've got to make this happen, because they're not going to come to you. You know, or maybe they are, but you know, it's not. There's no point waiting to be the chosen one. You know, you've got to go out there and be the chooser. You might get a few people coming to you. Great, okay, that's cool. But you want to put yourself in control, and to do that, like I say, you've got to be out there pitching. You've got to be out there making it happen. Think like an entrepreneur. Remember, dating is, you know, it's so akin to sales. It's not even, you know, it's not even funny. They're just, the two things are just so interrelated. And actually, I think that's why a lot of people that become successful in that space, they have had a background in sales and marketing, because they're aware of the importance of just going out there and just putting yourself about in the market. So yeah, you know, there are going to be rejections along the way. You have to learn how to handle that. There are going to be more rejections than there are successes. Well, look, I mean, that's the same as with a business, right? I mean, there isn't maybe somebody like Apple or something like that, or Facebook, but very few businesses sell to everybody. You know, most businesses have a target audience, they're successful with those people, and then, you know, other people don't use them for whatever reason. You know, there are businesses that I don't use. I don't use Dell anymore. You know, I haven't had a Dell computer for years. They put out loads of great products. I'm just not one of their customers. It's not because they're bad, it's just I'm not in that target market anymore, you know. So you need to think like that. You need to think, okay, I'm not going to win every single time, but I'm going to make enough attempts. I'm going to take enough shots that it means that overall, over the course of a month, a quarter, a year, I'm going to get, you know, a decent number of successes. So, you know, rejection handling, of course, is really important. You also need to use all the outlets you can. You know, if you're not on the dating apps, then why not? You know, like it's 2020. I mean, people are using these apps. This is the main way that people get together. So be on the dating apps, but don't make that your sole focus. You also want to be getting into the habit of socialising during the daytime, being able to talk to people in the day, being able to talk to people at night, in the lounge bar, in the coffee shop, in the bookstore. It doesn't really matter. You know, you need to be using all of these outlets. You're bringing new people in all the time. You're getting their contact details into the phone, and then you're following up with them afterwards. And that's how it happens. That is how you're going to get success. The way you're not going to get success is by micro-focusing on one person, two people. Oh my God, why hasn't she responded to my message? I sent it 2 days ago. Should I text her again? You know, it's all crap. It doesn't, you know, just forget about it. I mean, yeah, send another peg, but you should have so many potential opportunities on your plate that you're not even thinking about that one individual, because you've got so many other people that you've just met. You know, you're out all the time, you're socialising, you're going to parties, you're going to bars, you're going to clubs, you know, whatever it is, and you're meeting all these new people, you're bringing them all into your social circle, you're overrun with new contacts, you're overrun with new people that you can go and meet. That's where you want to be. Don't be focusing on just this one individual and thinking like, you know, how do I make it work? Because who knows, you know, but the chances are you probably won't, otherwise it would have happened already. So forget that, put that out of your mind, focus instead on getting more and more new leads. Okay, listen, I'm going to leave it there for now. What do I need to tell you? Sign up for my daily email, link is below, free article from me every day. If you haven't got Renegade Dating Blueprint, which is my collection of 11 books about all of this great stuff that I'm talking about, again, the link is below. What else? Yeah, I'm going to be on John Modern Life Dating's show tomorrow, talking about some very exciting stuff that we've got coming up, so do watch that. I think it's at 9 a.m. EST, that's 2 p.m. GMT. And yeah, that's it really, guys, but get out there, expand your universe. Don't just be like waiting on the whim of some individual and you don't know, you know, why they're acting like they're acting. It doesn't matter, so what? Forget about it. Go and find other people. That's what it's all about. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye bye.